Howdy, hi. I'm not actually ready to start playing Chaos in Deponia. I have inferior motives to be in here.
Huh? What's this all about? Isn't that Ms. Hinkle's junk press?
No, that's the junk press from my trawler. You need to help me fix it.
Yeah, but it looks exactly like Ms. Hinkle's junk press from the tutorial in Part 1.
So what? Who's going to notice? Those who played Part 1 don't even need a tutorial.
Yeah, but I bet they're gonna play it through anyway, because they just can't get enough of me. Count me out. I'm definitely not gonna suffer through this whole tutorial thing again. I mean, it was stupid enough the first time around.
Ah, come on. Little repetition can't hurt.
Then how do you explain this blister? That is where I burned myself when I repeatedly put my hand on a hot stove.
You never learn, do you?
Au contraire, I have a nearly photographic memory.
Do you now? So, do you remember how to use the interface in order to talk to someone?
Yes, of course.
Go ahead. Talk to me. Just point the cursor at me, and left click as soon as the speech balloon icon appears.
No prompting!
Alright, I'm going to take that in order to do something to the sound. Now, let's go ahead and do that just for the hell of it.
Talk to Bozo.
You don't have to say that aloud.
Hey, who's talking to you?
Hello there. You clicked on me.
Yeah, and I regret it already. But you see, there's nothing left here that you could teach me. You don't even know,
Okay, my actual motivation here is I've gone over 1,500 subscribers, and it was my intention to do something about, to do a Q&A at least, and maybe something special for that point in time. I've already started Terraria, and I'm going to probably consider. I've done a couple of compilations of Don't Starve, and it's not been very popular. The compilations haven't. I wanted to do something to pick up the rest of my viewers that don't watch Don't Starve and that don't watch Terraria, so you'd be aware of the Q&A. If you'll post your questions here or in the Don't Starve one that mentions this or in the Terraria one that mentions this, it makes it easier to find. YouTube's bad about passing on comments to me. So if they're in just 3 videos, it's very easy to find. I will be playing Chaos on Deponia, and I probably will be starting it fairly soon, and fairly soon would be within the next week. The Q&A probably won't come about until after the weekend. I ordered some silly stuff on Amazon to do some silly things with the webcam, and it's people that are offended by that, just, ignore it. And people that don't like the webcam, that's what God made Post-its and pictures for. Just tape a picture over my little face and you'll be happy. So, I sympathize with you, but the overwhelming to the webcam response to the webcam has been positive. And I can't do it in every video anyway, so I don't consider it a big issue. I'll do it when I can, and like I said, if you don't like it, just cover the damn thing up on your screen. What else? Anyway, if you have any questions, I worked as a chef for more than 25 years. I've known chefs from, I had a friend that was a chef all over the Caribbean. I worked at the Savoy Grill in Kansas City. There is a real Savoy Grill in London, England. And our executive chef was a chef at the Savoy Grill in London. And I've worked with country club chefs from all over America. And I've been told I'm on a par with anyone they ever met. So I was a chef for a very long time. If you have questions about that, I was in Taiwan in the United States Air Force for about 4 years, but I lived downtown illegally. Everything we did was illegally. I fought briefly for a while in Okinawa in full contact tournaments, but not very much of that. We weren't allowed to do that either. And that was, it made sense. They didn't want us to get hurt. I think it cost like $1.5 million to train me to do what I did, which was fix fighter planes. But if you have any questions about any of that kind of stuff, that's cool. If you have, obviously, I think it's obvious questions about the channel, games you'd like to see. I'm kind of tied up with games at the present time, but I'd certainly look at other games, and there's ways to wedge more into the schedule. With Harvey, Edna and Harvey Breakout, I really wanted to try to put an episode up a day, and I know I didn't manage to do that, but I'm not going to try that with Chaos on Deponia. It's just going to be when I can get to the things. And however, Terraria is very easy to film, and Don't Starve is on kind of a hiatus because it's going to be a long time till the next update. So, like I said, there's other games I could play. There's a couple I've looked at and not been real impressed with. You know, not every game is going to be me. It's just, you know, that's just the way it is. But anyway, if you have any questions, oh, and I am 60 years old, so let's get that one out of the way, and nobody needs to ask it anymore. And if you want to ask, that's fine. But any questions about whatever, if they're too personal or I don't feel like answering them, I just won't, and I may not get to every question. The last one, there weren't very many questions. The one before, there were a lot, so it just depends. I actually know how to do all this stuff.
How to look at an object.
But I already know that.
I see. And how?
I point at it with my mouse cursor and right-click when the eye icon appears.
Nonsense. That's not an eye. It's a ping pong ball.
With a pupil?
Yeah, it's loaded.
Why would they use a loaded ping pong ball as an icon for the action examine?
I'm about to demonstrate that using the small object lying on the ground over there by pointing the cursor at it and right-clicking as soon as the ping pong ball appears.
I'm holding my breath.
Ah, the yin symbol again.
What's that?
It's the reactor lead head.
But it was a cathode plunger in the last game.
It's the lead head, believe me. You need it to repair the press.
And how exactly am I going to do that if I can't even pick the thing up?
Sure you can pick it up. Just point at it with the mouse to make the hand icon appear. Then left-click to pick it up.
Oh, no, this has to be easier.
I think he'll get smashed, though, so maybe this is worthwhile.
Huh? Where'd it go?
You put it in your inventory. You know, where all your items go. You pick the thing up. Now use the mouse wheel to open the inventory.
Hey, there it is.
Exactly. Now, this is your inventory.
I knew that.
Here you can view all the stuff you're lugging around. You remember how to do that, don't you? And? Any luck combining them?
I'm working on it.
Click on one of the two items with the hand icon to attach it to your mouse pointer. Then click on the other item to combine them.
I was just about to do that.
If you have already seen all this, feel free to skip through. Of course, I assume you already know that. If I stay in...
Look here, Bozo. I fixed the part.
I won't believe that until I see it in operation.
I know. My handyman skills are really incredible.
We'll consider this kind of a preview to, like I said, I probably won't get to it until after the weekend, and the Q&A probably won't be till after the weekend, so you have plenty of time on that. Now, I think we might as well go ahead and make a video here. I'm trying to think, that's the button, so I think we put it in the inconspicuous bracket.
It fits.
Next you need to...
Hey, you don't have to spoon feed me. I'll manage the rest.
Smash Rufus.
Whatever. When you're ready, you need to...
Hold your horses, will you? It's just a button. I think I can manage without your help.
Come on, smash
Rufus,
Rufus.
don't! You're standing right under the...
Yes.
Don't panic. You don't think I'd fall for the same feeble gag twice.
Of course you would,
So,
Rufus.
what was that again? I pushed this button here, and then...
Didn't look all that feeble to me.
Ah, yes.
They came out of nowhere. With their cruisers, plasma weapons, and mechanical beards. Organized. They took our village by force. They left nothing behind but tears and devastation. They were looking for gold and Elysium, the girl that fell from the sky. And only one person was prepared to save her. He woke her up, contacted her fiancé, and took her to the lower Ascension station, only to learn the shocking truth once he got there. Cletus, Gold's fiancé, wasn't acting out of love. He had an agreement with Ulysses, the mysterious leader of the Organon, and Argus, his right hand. They needed the Ascension codes, hidden away in Gold's brain implant, and they wanted to erase her memory. They wanted to make sure no Elysian would ever know that our world is inhabited. For their goal was terrible beyond imagination. They wanted to blow up our world. But they had failed to reckon with the One. He swapped the cartridges. And he restored Gold's memory so that she could bear the truth to Elysium. The name of this one man, this selfless hero, was Rufus. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-ba-bop.
That wasn't the whole story, was it?
That was the first part. I think it's going to be a trilogy.
Goals
Sounds
back?
a bit unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievably cool.
But if it really all happened like that, shouldn't I be on my way to Elysium with Cletus? So what are you doing here? Where is Cletus? Why am I unable to remember any of this? And forgive me for asking, but why is there a burning saw blade stuck in the side of the ship?
Oh, that. Oh, well, I was about to get to that part. So listen up. Da 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 dun 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 dun.
Ah, the song.
You're being pathetic, again about accurate bacteria in the fridge. It's getting boring, but packing bags due to dirty socks I threw to lampshades rim borders on Anadon's gone. Didn't I explicate it? Are you still not persuaded? There's cracks growing on your tympanic membrane. Remember Deponia, self-sacrifices, and oh gosh, now I have to start all over again. Start all over again.
Trash. Trash. And more trash.
Isn't it adorable?
Yeah, sure. Hard to imagine I ever wanted to leave here.
Ah, Rufus. This is the lad I was telling you about.
What? Him? From what you told me, I had imagined a smart young man, not a filthy bum.
There's more to him than meets the eye. When I first met him, Rufus was still a... How shall I put this?
Just say it. I was a self-indulgent slob, but I'm steadily improving.
That's right. Right now, for example, he is helping Bozo to get the trawler shipshape.
So I am. I was going to ask you whether I can borrow your hammer.
No problem. You can take it from my toolbox over there.
Thanks, Doc. You're the best.
I still don't know, really. Something just doesn't seem right about that boy.
But Grandma Utz, whatever are you talking about?
Okay, the pause button does stuff. Now, obviously, I have and it stays up in this game. This is down the line from Edna and Harvey Breakout. There's 3 playlists now of Daedalic stuff. One is Edna and Harvey Breakout. The second one of that is, Harvey's News Eyes. And then there's and they are not related in any way to Deponia. Then, of course, there's, before this is the second Deponia, so there's another Deponia.
I just don't like it when people snoop around and invade my privacy.
Oh, my God.
But Grandma, Rufus isn't a peeping Tom.
Yeah, he is.
Did he even wash his hands?
Of course he did. Rufus is very clean.
That's good. I have a very limited supply of water.
Whoa, that could be a bad thing. Oh. Now, I don't think we have any of the abilities like in Harvey to look at anything that isn't active, so none of that silliness, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. We have to kind of go ahead and move forward with the plot. Oh,
Aren't
no.
you worried he might steal something?
I trust him completely.
Yeah, that's a bad choice.
Didn't you tell me that he suffers from an exaggerated opinion of himself?
That's a nice way to put it. Oh, no!
Those days are over. Rufus has learned a lot. He is much more careful than before.
Damn, get the hammer, Rufus.
Rufus seems like a brutal thug to me.
Rufus? Brutal? Never.
I may start this sooner than planned. I've got to scratch my ear or I'll die. One of life's great pleasures. So, the problem with inventory... where the hell? Oh, he didn't get the hammer? You silly. I don't know if it's in the bathroom or not. Oh.
All I'm saying is that he seems very clumsy.
Your fears are completely groundless. Rufus has become very careful since his last adventure.
Oh, no. So is there anything in here I'm supposed to get? I think the birdie's going for a ride.
And if he has to use the toilet, then he can do that on the trawler.
Of course, Grandma.
It's just that I have hardly any water left.
He's just getting a hammer.
So the birdie didn't flush. I don't see anything in the box. Well, I don't know. That's kind of fun. And the birdie's not active in a normal sense. So I don't know. I don't know how there's probably something we should do here, and I'll figure that out at some. Now what the? Oh, the hammer's down there. Silly me.
I just hope he doesn't turn my whole house upside down.
No danger of that with Rufus.
He's just getting a hammer. How much damage could he possibly do?
Oh, Lordy, Rufus. Oh.
Can a person really change so much?
It's very simple. Once burned, twice shy. And Rufus has burned his fingers more than once. He has learned. I would bet the house on it.
Do it again. You're a good man, Rufus, and entertaining as hell. So anyway, he's got the hammer. I don't know what we're supposed to do with the fire. Maybe nothing. What has Doc got to say?
May I interrupt for a moment?
Of course. Did you find the hammer?
Well, not exactly.
It's in my tool chest. You're welcome to take it, as long as you promise not to wreak havoc.
Not me. May I interrupt for a moment?
Of course. Did you find the hammer?
Well, not exactly.
It's in... You're welcome, as long as you...
Not me.
So where can we go? We may have to come back here. I want to go ahead and round this up. I think we've had our entertainment. I may get to this before the weekend's over. It looks like fun. My only problem with any of this is I'm not a big Rufus fan, but I guess that's... I don't know. I really loved Edna and Lily, and Harvey was just stellar, and Rufus is just a piece of phlegm. So, how did I... Usually there's a way out. That's odd. How did I wind up with a tablecloth? I thought I was getting a hammer. No wonder I can't get out of here. Oh, the hammer's on fire. I'm sorry, it didn't register. So I have a tablecloth. Can we put the tablecloth in the sink? Oh, Rufus, you are just a joy. All right.
And are you sure he knows what he's doing? He looked to me as though he's too stupid to push a button.
Appearances are deceiving. Rufus is a tinkerer, like me. He is perfectly familiar with every type of machine.
I don't appear to be able to put it anywhere. Can we put it in the toilet? Can we put it in the box?
So he's more careful than he used to be?
Yes. He's finally started learning from...
No, can't put it in there. Can we put it in the toilet? No, the birdie's in the toilet. What happens if we put it in the fire?
Will you promise me that he won't try to knock me out with a blunt instrument to steal my things?
No.
Not Rufus. When I met him, he may have been a bit crude and sometimes even disrespectful. But at heart, he's a very good boy.
And not nearly smart enough to knock anybody out with a blunt instrument. Well, we may have to go till I figure out what in the hell. I was thinking if I could get this wet, we would have a plan here. However, I don't want to run this long.
And are you sure he...
Yeah.
Appearances are deceiving. Rufus is...
Well, we'll have to come back to this. My purpose was to mention that Q&A and to kind of preview Rufus a little bit. And I've done a lot more of that than I ever intended to do. So anyway, this is going to run long. So anyway, if you have questions, go ahead and put them in, and we'll see what happens with that. And we'll see what happens with Rufus. I'll probably go ahead and start him early. What the hell? All right, y'all take care of yourselves, and thanks for joining me.